Got a wind that's about 10-15 miles an hour going right into my face. Tears running down my eyes, but I love it. I see the roll bag instead of its mouth. Nice thing about the inflatable is that you can get into any depth of water.
Let's go fishing. People, when you're in the mood, let's go fishing. Well, it's just me and you. Head on down to the fishing hole. Grab your hat, get your pole. Let's go fishing when you're in the mood.
Canadian Sport Fishing, brought to you in part by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Ducket Fishing, pro-driven. Raymarine Electronics, Raymarine, simply superior. Pro Sports Boats, tame the waters.
Well, we've got a beautiful day, and I'm going to be exploring a tributary in the lower stretches that can be hard to get to by wading or walking. And I'm using the Navigator. Barb couldn't be with me today. I love to see all the waterfowl this time of the year, anywhere where there's open water. That was a nice hit. I don't know if this is going to be a silverfish. It's the middle of January, and I'm in my little Navigator Boats, inflatable. It's a 2-man, and I'm using the Bear center pin reel. And this is the first hit I've had. I'm curious to see if it's going to be a silverfish or a dark fish. So nice to be steelhead fishing. I've got a wind that's about 10-15 miles an hour going right into my face. Tears running down my eyes, but I love it. Nice little steelhead, maybe a male. He's got quite a bit of fight to him. Just gonna get him tired out before I bring him in. Looks like he's got a nice, I don't know, it might be a female, hard to tell. You can see the electric 46-pound thrust that I'm using on the Navigator. It works real good. I haven't had a real good look at this fish. I see the roll bag instead of its mouth. No, it's a little female. Just going to get the landing net. I've got everything in here. You can see I've got another spinning outfit there with a boom spinning reel in case I decide to use some quick fish. Come on over, beautiful. I'm going to release you anyway. Nice thing about the inflatable is that you can get into any depth of water. Okay, make sure my rod is secure. Also, the nice thing about being in the inflatable is that you can keep the fish in the water and just let it rest for a little bit. Out here, this is a beautiful little rainbow. I'm guessing it's about 2.5-3 pounds. So I'm just going to put it back in the net. I love that pink sheen. You can see it all down the side. I thought it was a male, but it's a nice female. Perfect eating size, but I'm going to let it go. Just going to see if I can invert the net. That fish has been kept in the water. Look at that. What a gorgeous release. So I'm using a plastic net, so it shouldn't harm the fish. And the nice thing about the Navigator is that when I get a fish on, I can actually do this and put the net underneath the paddle, and the fish is in the water. So it's perfect. You can see I've got a pretty nice setup here. There's this is an anchor lock. So when I want the line to go out, I just push this back. The line goes out. And when I let go of it, it locks it. So it's a really nice system. And even though I'm using the electric, I've got paddles on both sides that are being stored right now. Let's see if we can get another fish. Going to move to a different location. little bit down further. Oh. The nice thing about having the electric is that you can really move around safely and get to different spots. Just this wind is making things really difficult. Another one on. And you know what? It was right under the tree, all those branches. But that's okay. Tell you what, with cold water temperatures and air temperatures, these guys are pretty feisty. Or girls, if they're females. See that fish just rolling in the line? Trying to keep it out of that tree. Wow. Man, it is all rolled up. Well, it's nice to be able to fish lower sections of tributaries like this and get away from the crowds. This year we've had really low water levels in some of our Lake Ontario tributaries, and you can see that you know, a lot of the shoreline here, normally that's all underwater, so it's hard to find any deeper pools. But I'm getting a few fish. This is good. Is this going to be a male? Hard to tell. You know, I love all kinds of fishing. Steelheading was one of my favorite. I literally grew up walking streams for little trout and stuff, and then worked my way up to steelhead when they were available. How gorgeous this fish is. Okay, gotta get the net out. Come here. This one's got so much energy because it's pretty silver. At the net, you can tell it's cold when the net is frozen like that. Oh, get out those branches. I'm using a 13-foot rod, which is not tree friendly. And get out of the electric. You're not hemming it up. I'm trying to get control on this fish. Come on over here. Okay. Okay, trying to be calm here. Now, you know, it looks like this fish was probably hooked in its younger years. Just going to slide that rod on here, and I'm going to put the net underneath the oar. This fish looks like it's been hooked before because the maxillary is gone. I'm going to show you in a minute here. But before I do that, I've got all my tools here. I'm going to grab my glove, or my pliers. Starting not to speak right because of the cold conditions. Look at that, nice steelhead. Hopefully it's not hooked too bad. I'm going to just hold it for 1 second while I take that hook out. I'm using a very tiny hook. I think this is a number 12. And I'm trying to see it. When things get cold, I'm telling you, it's tough to see what you're doing. Okay, I might even be able to use that roll bag again. Let me see here. No, I'm going to just tear it off there. And I'm going to put a new one on. That trout is nice and calm there. You can see. So while I'm doing that, I'm actually hoping to get a female that has more developed eggs, because these eggs are like 3 years old that I'm using, and they are still working. I just took them out of the freezer yesterday. You can see I like using more long. This is almost like a specimen tube. Go to a lab, you know. Make sure everything's in my vest so I don't lose it. And you can see how tiny that hook is. This is a Gamakatsu hook. And I'm just going to very gently get it ready for my next drift. Go like that. The water is cleared up quite a bit, so I'm not using very large roll bags. Oh, yes, that water's cold. Okay, so there's that roll ready to go. I'm just going to tag it onto my hook keeper so it doesn't freeze. Keep it out of the water so it's nice and fresh. And let's have a look at this fish. Okay. Okay, when I mentioned that the maxillary looked damaged, which side is that maxillary on? Looks like when it was small, somebody hooked it and released it and tore the maxillary off, which is quite common with different species of fish. So this side is fine. Okay, so you can see nice and clean. Man, it's a perfect eating size fish. This is a small male. I might even keep it to take home. So let's see the maxillary here. You can see this maxillary right here, the way it's been torn out. So somebody, I think, caught it before and then it healed. You know what? Since it's a survivor, I'm going to let it go. This is a beautiful fish. Look at gorgeous colors. Okay, he deserves to be let go. Come here. You go and spawn, okay? There it goes. Oh, whew, that's cold. I'm just going to explain to you a little bit about what I'm doing. So I've used the inflatable to come up one of the lower sections of one of the tributaries. And I'm using my, this is my Burr. It's the float reel that I love to use for steelhead fishing. It's perfect for float fishing. But I'm using a tiny row bag. You can see it right here. And to be honest with you, I'm probably going to have to change it because it's almost frozen right now. Then about a 3 or 4 foot lead and a float that's attached to a little bit of surgical tubing and about 3 split shot to get it weighted right properly at the float. So it's cold and we've got a bitter wind blowing. It's about I'm guessing about -10 Celsius, so it's cold. I'm going to keep drifting because I think I can get some more fish. Even the little ones are fun. I got a feeling these fish are fresh. They haven't been in the trib long because it's January. You beautiful thing. Wonder if this guy's a 3-year-old. Oh, there we go. Keep him in the net for a bit. Nice silver fish. You know, even with this cold weather, I am happy with the way I'm doing. This little steelhead. There. Can I just get the hook out? Well, it's still in the net. Hopefully I can. Okay, come here. I gotta hold him a little bit. Oh, you're so sweet. And you're hooked just in the snout. Look it. Oh, they're slippery. Okay, let me just get on that hook. And then I'm going to let you go. I do have hemostats in my... There. Come here. Come here. I want to show everybody. Okay. So nobody gets hooked, especially me. There. See if I can hold them up with the net so you can see them. Look it. Isn't that a beautiful rainbow? Yeah. And we're going to be releasing him. There he goes.